Diving into a really cool accounting tool that lets businesses see what's actually driving their success and, what might be holding them back. It's all about getting past those big, flashy numbers to find out what's really going on under the hood. So, picture this. You're the CEO, right? The big annual report lands on your desk, and hey, overall profits are up. It's high fives all around. But what if that awesome total is hiding something? What if one part of your business is absolutely crushing it, but another part is quietly sinking, dragging that average down? How would you even know? And that right there is the big problem. A single consolidated financial statement, well, it just averages everything together. It gives you that bird's eye view, which is great, but it can totally mask some major issues. It can't tell you that your new product line is a massive hit, while your consulting service is, frankly, bleeding cash. To make smart decisions, you've got to have more detail. So how do you get that detail? Well, the solution is this really clever way of looking at your internal books, where you basically treat different parts of your company as if they were their own little businesses. This is where something called a profit center comes in. Now, okay, the official definition sounds a bit academic, right? An organizational unit for the purpose of internal control. But what it really means is it's a way to slice and dice your company into logical pieces that you can actually analyze financially. And this is the line that makes it all click. Think of it this way. Profit centers are basically companies within the company. That's the key. Each one is on the hook for its own money coming in and its own money going out, just like a standalone business would be. All right, so this whole company within a company idea is pretty powerful. But how do you actually, build one? What's the blueprint for getting that kind of financial clarity? Well, you've basically got a few main options. You could set them up geographically, your North American division versus your European one. Or you could do it by product line, maybe separating your hardware sales from your software sales. You can even do it by function, making, say, the production department one center and the sales department another. It really just depends on what makes the most sense for your specific business. And here's where it gets really insightful. This isn't just about tracking sales. A true profit center tracks everything you need for a complete financial picture. We're talking its own internal balance sheet and its own P&L statement. That means you can see not just its profit, but also the assets it's using to get the job done and any liabilities it has. Okay, enough with the theory. Let's make this real. To see how this all works in practice, we're going to look at a great little example from our source material, the bike company. So the bike company took a look at their business and decided the best way to slice things up was by what they sell. So they created different profit centers for their different product lines and also for the consulting services they offer. Now, don't worry too much about the letters and numbers in this chart. Just look at the structure. You can see how they've set up individual profit centers for specific things. Then they bundle those into bigger groups, like products and services. And then it all rolls up into one top-level group for the whole company. What this lets management do is zoom in on the tiny details or zoom out to see the bigger picture whenever they need to. So why go through all this trouble setting up these groups and hierarchies? What's the real payoff here? Well, it takes us right back to that problem we started with, getting past the averages and finding out the real story. The single biggest benefit is this. You get the power to surgically isolate and analyze how any one piece of your business is doing. And here it is. This is the whole point. With this structure, the leaders at the bike company can now pull up a complete profit and loss statement for just their spare parts A division. No more guessing. They have the data. They can see for sure if it's making money or if it's just tying up a bunch of capital. They can make smart, targeted decisions based on actual facts. Now that is incredibly powerful. And that really brings us to the final thought I want to leave you with. It doesn't matter if you're running a massive corporation or just a small team. This idea still applies. It really makes you think. If you could break down your own work or your team into these little mini businesses, what hidden truths would you uncover? What amazing decisions could you make with that kind of knowledge?
Welcome to the Explore.